Welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing today? Hope you had a great night. And today I am here with Dylan. And oh boy, what a game tonight. Man, but before we get into the content, please hit that subscribe button. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the content. Comment down below. What did you think of Game 4 tonight? Now, we did make a Game 3 video, but I forgot. One, I forgot to upload it. Two, it would have... It was bad. it sounded repetitive, but we're not going to do that tonight. Oh boy, we got a lot to talk about. So where to even get started? Well, I guess we could start with the beginning of the game, the first quarter, you know. We looked bad. I remember after the first quarter we were shooting like 29% from the field, and it was still a 3-point game after the first quarter, and Phoenix was shooting like 46% from the field. And I'm like, if we're shooting 29% from the field and it's only a 3-point game and they're shooting a lot better from the field, this is going to be a very close game. And the only reason it was so close is because Phoenix only made like 1 3 after the first. As well. They were terrible at the 3-point line today, even though they were a lot better than us. But, yeah, and I guess we can get out of the way. Jrue Holiday made me want to fucking pull my hair out. He was god-awful. But I'm not really going to complain anymore since we won, but at the same time, it's kind of like you need to call him out on this, bud. Bud, tomorrow in practice, you need to call him out on it and be like, hey, how can we get you more involved in the offense so you can be more efficient instead of just chucking up shots? There was one play in the first quarter that just made me lose brain cells watching it. And we talked about this a little bit before we started recording. Jrue Holiday has the ball, right? And Jay Crowder and I think like Chris Paul, or I don't remember. I know Jay Crowder was the one who blocked it, but Jrue Holiday had 2 defenders on him. What does Jrue Holiday do? So many options. Shoot the ball, he decided. What a shocker. It gets blocked. And I'm like, who on God's earth would shoot that? You have 2 guys in your face, and you decide to step back and try to shoot. No, duh, you're gonna get blocked. Yep. I was like, huh? But I think we still made a basket anyways, or got fouled or something on that play, because I think Jrue got it back and passed it to Portis, I believe, or something, or Connaughton. But, like, I'm like, oh, God, we're going to get Jrue today, aren't we? Yeah, not good at all. But the only good thing he did today was his defense on Chris Paul and Devin Booker. I guess, do you want to talk about that? You want to take over on that?
Yeah, he did. He did a really good job on Chris Paul, and I think he did pretty good. I mean, defensively, definitely isn't the problem. He was top notch there without a doubt. Even his playmaking was pretty good too. He just needs to get smarter shots and start making some of them. So I know he can make them. I just don't know why, but
He was playing the dummy offense. But, what you sent earlier in our group chat, Chris Paul's turnovers per game through whole playoffs. Round 1 against the Lakers, 1.5. Round 2 against the Nuggets, 1.3. Conference Finals versus the Clippers, 2. Milwaukee, 4.3 turnovers a game. that's a big time jump. I'll give Drew Holiday credit on defense. He's still elite, but like offensively, he's so inconsistent, and it just made me wanted to pull my hair out today because it almost cost us the game. And I'm like, Drew, come on, man, you're better than this. Like, I will say, to be fair, some of the shots he did take were wide open, so it's like we would have been mad if he passed it up. Some of them were open, he just got unlucky. Okay, what can you do? You were wide open. It was a good look, but some of them were just terrible. Some of them were just like in coverage, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
But some of them were wide open, and can't get mad at taking a wide open three, but like you gotta knock it down sometimes. Like you can't be unlucky all the time. But
Yeah, his offense has definitely got some work to do. But speaking of those turnovers, but yeah, I ended up saying, yeah, this is where we got Drew Holiday because Bledsoe for sure ain't doing that.
yeah,
For Holiday, while even at his worst, he's still miles better than Eric Bledsoe. I mean, Drew Holiday still almost had a triple double.
yeah, and I will say,
Plays, which is something Bledsoe never did. And his defense is definitely not as good as Drew Holiday's. So even Holiday at his worst is still miles better than Bledsoe.
yeah, and I will say Devin Booker had 42 points tonight. But my God, did he just make me? He was, you know, there was some times in the second quarter where I was like, "Shut up! Like, just shut up and take it," because like they were complaining over obvious foul calls, and it was like when we get screwed over, you don't really see us crying to the referees. I mean, sometimes we do, but like it's not like constant. Every time Booker got a call to foul, what? How dare you? No! And even Aiden, oh man! There was a play in the second quarter where he literally had his arm wrapped around Drew, or he had his arms wrapped around Drew, which made Drew take a like it was weird. And he goes, "What? No, no!" And I'm like, "Yes, that was a foul." Every time he got called for a foul, man, he just freaking. It was annoying watching him.
Like 8 fouls.
And yeah, even in the fourth quarter, he literally full contact on Drew. No ball, or he got a little bit of the ball, but it was all contact on Drew, and it was all foul. 100% a foul, and the referee's like, nope. And if he would have gotten called that foul, he would have been sitting on the bench. That would have been a sixth. And I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Thank God Giannis was there to put it back in, because if he wasn't there to do that, Phoenix probably gets the ball back, and who knows what happens then.
Yeah.
All of a 3, and they might hit a 3, and that might be dagger.
I was like, dude, this is rigged. This is clearly rigged.
Thank God Giannis was there to put it back in, make it a 1-point game, and then we gained our momentum and played great when we had to.
And I guess we can make another. We can talk about adjustments. I will credit Bud on this. Brook Lopez only played 19 minutes. Giannis at the center is what is best for this team. Brook, 4 of 9 from the field, made some free throws as well, but like 0 of 5 from 3. It was like, oh, you're killing us, man. You're killing us. And he wasn't even that great defensively today either. He wasn't even. He was decent, but like, I don't know. I just think
He,
that's Brooke Lopez's role this series is like a guy that gives you about like 20 minutes a game, but cannot be out there in the fourth quarter. He cannot be out there in the fourth. He wasn't today, obviously, but like I'm just saying that's his role this series. He needs to. He's a first quarter through third quarter guy. Fourth quarter, you don't play him
yeah, he
because
did nice fouls though. He drew on Jay Crowder, which was nice because I'm sure that kept Crowder probably not as aggressive then.
yeah, and also Devin Booker, he's an amazing player, but like he made a ton of tough shots, and I'm like, how? And I'm like, of course. What surprises me is that he didn't hit a three. He did not hit a three today. He was 0 for 3.
Yeah, that's actually probably the most surprising thing too.
He had 42 points on 17 of 28 from the field. And yeah. Ugh. And also, yeah, Chris Paul was terrible this game too, so like Booker did not have any help. It's basically game 2 of this series, but it's the exact opposite. Giannis showed up. Drew and Middleton were like, nah. And then Booker goes off and Paul was like, nah.
You got this one, buddy.
Yep. But, you know, it was a very defensive oriented game. I think until the fourth quarter when we started hitting some shots late in the game. Pat Connaughton hitting a couple shots.
He's actually been pretty big for us. I'll give him his credit.
Yeah, in the beginning of the playoffs, when we were talking about the Miami series, we're like, Pat Connaughton could not play 30 minutes. There is no way we're winning with Connaughton playing 30 minutes a game. But to be honest, I don't mind it now because like he hits his threes and he actually played some decent defense on Booker. Couple times he had his hand legit in his face, and Booker still made it. And I'm like, how? You know, it was like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's why I hate playing Devin Booker and Jay Crowder. They always kill us. But, you know, we did what we needed to do today. I mentioned this in game 2's or the game 2 video. I mentioned this. I'm like, we need to take the next 2 games at home, and I think we will. And we did. We needed to do that. And in my opinion, if we want to win this series, just end it. End it game 5 and 6. But I have a feeling the league is going to be like, we want a game 7. Let's rig it. Let's rig one of the games. I have a feeling they're going to rig it just to get extra money out of it.
They'll certainly try, I'm guessing.
But, you know, if Drew Holiday doesn't shoot 4 of 20 from the field in game 5, and if Middleton and Giannis show up again and Pat Connaughton does his thing, we blow this team out. Or at least it's like, you know, not a blowout, but like we win this game. We win this series.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish we would have won game 2 because that was a winnable game too, but they were like, nah, Giannis, you got it. But thank God we won game 3 and 4. Because if we were down 3-1, it's over. It would have been over probably. We probably would have won game 5, won game 6 just to lose game 7. Or what?
Or we'd win game 5, then we'd lose game 6.
And then worst of all, they would have celebrated on our home court.
Yep. But there will be a game 6 in Milwaukee, but will we be up 3-2 or will we be down 3-2 will be the question.
Yeah.
Nope, we're up 3-2 because I would love to celebrate a championship in Milwaukee.
Dude.
We win our so we can celebrate the championship.
if we win the title in Milwaukee, the whole city is gonna be an uproar. Like, oh my god, you thought the traffic for Game 3 was bad. You'd have people running in the streets and the highway.
I'll probably be running onto the street here too.
Yeah. You know, I hope we can win it. If you would have asked me in 2013, are we gonna make the finals within the next 10 years? I'd be like, you fool. How dare you think that? That isn't gonna happen. We don't even have a guy to build around. Giannis was skinny at the time, and we weren't sure if he was gonna turn into anything. But luckily, thank God he did.
He saved the franchise, probably. Everything in Milwaukee that you see now is because of Giannis, and I guess you could say Chris Middleton too.
Yeah,
Without them two, the Bucks aren't in Milwaukee most likely anymore. They're probably in Seattle or something.
I agree. But also, going back to the adjustments, I kind of liked this. Bryn Forbes and Thanasis didn't get any minutes. Usually, Thanasis would come in like the final 10 seconds of a quarter for energy, but he's a horrible defender. And also Bryn Forbes would get like a couple minutes, and we mentioned this in the video that we made 2 days ago, but I forgot to upload. There's no point of doing it now, but we mentioned give Bryn Forbes maybe like 5 minutes, and then or like 5 to like 10 minutes. But I'm okay with not him getting none because he probably would have cost us the game by missing threes.
He honestly doesn't really deserve to play with how he's played. Outside the Miami series, he's been bad. If we had Miami Bryn Forbes, I'd say that would be a difference maker. This series
Yeah.
would be over already.
But a win is a win, and is there anything else to talk about? Really? I mean, I think we covered everything.
Coach Bud's making actually some good adjustments. I'm seeing.
Yeah, and also another thing, we only had 5 turnovers. They had 17. And this was still a 6-point game. And also, how did we not mention the block? I just realized that now. How have we not mentioned the block at the end of the game?
The Giannis block is iconic. I mean, he has 2 now in this series.
Yeah, the first one made me think of LeBron chase down Iguodala, Game 7.
Of the 2016 finals. Yeah, I remember watching that. I was going crazy during that finals. I'm not even a Cavs fan. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I witnessed the best block ever, is what I was saying.
Hopefully this one wins us a championship. Hopefully we look back at this block and is like, man, if this block didn't happen, we don't win it.
Yeah, the game changes momentum for sure. Because if he doesn't block it, Aiden gets a dunk, and I think it'd be tied, right?
Well, let me look.
It'd be something like that.
Yeah, it would have been tied because it would have been 101-101. But then Tucker got the rebound on that of the dunk, and then Middleton missed a pull-up jumper, but then Holiday got that offensive rebound that I think kind of changed the complexion. And then he also got a steal off of Chris Paul.
Yeah, that's where Holiday did great, but That Giannis block was insane. I mean, it had everyone on Twitter going crazy from all the players. I think I saw like Spencer Dinwiddie, Damian Lillard, Rashawn Holmes. I know said something as well. I saw, and I think some other people.
I'll show it on the screen now. I think I'm going in the right direction. No, I am not. Okay. Well, this is my Twitter, by the way, if you want to follow me. I can't show the video, but I can show the picture. There we go. This turned out to be a block. I can't show the video due to copyright, but this turned out to be the game-saving block. Iconic. Very, very iconic. If we could win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think
it's nice to finally see like people finally giving Giannis some credit too. It seems like no one was giving Giannis credit. Like that block, it's finally I see people saying, "Oh, Giannis did great" and all this, and that's like finally some recognition. He said probably the most underrated playoff run I've ever seen. If it was LeBron, it'd be like the most hyped up run ever.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't really know if I have much to say. I mean, Middleton was the player of the game. I don't think we mentioned his 40 points. He was amazing. He had 40 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Yeah, but I think that's it. You know, I can't wait for Game 5. The Game 5 is this Saturday, so I'm going to be able to watch it. Whether it be at home or the Deer District, I don't know yet. But I think that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the content. And peace.